Hey guys, Elvis X here, welcoming you to our 2016 Best of the Year special. We're going to discuss our best anime, music, and video games of this entire year. So firstly, I guess we'll get music out of the way. The only ones who picked any category of, I guess you could say, actual artists coming out with new albums this year were me and Mansoor Goku. His pick was Metallica's Hardwired to Self-Destruct. And before I get to my pick, I feel like I should mention a few runner-ups. We have Megadeth Dystopia, which was an awesome album. We have Holy Grail, Times of Pride and Peril. And Metallica for myself as a runner-up. My top two albums that right now are neck and neck of this year that I felt were fucking awesome are Avenged Sevenfold, The Stage, and Let Lives If I'm the Devil. And for best single of the year, as in best song, I'm gonna have to give it to Let Lives If I'm the Devil, again named after their album. If you haven't heard that song, go check it out. It is easily the best song I've heard this year. Now next, let's get into our top anime of the year. Same rules as last year apply. In short, if it's a series that started in 2015, by that I mean like say something like Akame ga Kill, episode 1 aired in 2015, but then 2 and onward finished in this year, then it will count as an anime for this year. However, if it's a season 2 or a continuation like say Dragon Ball Super or something, it can't really count. Make sense? I hope it does. Unless it's a standalone side movie or even a movie in general, a series that is starting a new season this year will not compete in any of these things. So, let's get started. First off, best sports anime of the year goes to Prince of Stride. We've had some decent ones though with Cheer Boys and All Out just starting. Prince of Stride honestly takes the gold on that one. Now for best harem of the year, another one we've had some okay ones in, such as Grimgar, Overlord, but our overall pick for best harem anime of the year goes to Gonna Be the Twin Tail. That show is amazing. And also, if any of you are just tuning in and seem to be confused as to how some of these shows are even competing, yeah, we're going with shows where their dubs premiered this year. Subs don't count. Just figured I should point that out there. Anyway, now for best slice of life anime of the year. We thought about it, and honestly, we have to give it to Love Live, School Idol Project. That show's dubs premiered this year, and it was honestly really good. Next, worst anime of the year. Oh, this is always a fun one. Go through every anime that ever came out this year and just look at which ones sucked the most. Honestly, we have to give it to Daigashi Kashi. There is nothing redeeming about that show, in all honesty. The show, it's just shameless advertising. If you haven't seen it, then I dare you to go fucking watch it. Next, Dai's pick, DieX016's pick for anime of the year. His pick was One Punch Man. That anime is actually really good. Mansoor Goku didn't pick anything for this category, but well, we'll let that be, I guess. Now, for my anime pick of the year. First off, some runner-ups and honorable mentions. Hunter x Hunter. Android, that show was decent. One Punch Man. Akame ga Kill. Grimgar. And then, my top two picks for anime of the year, I honestly can't decide on one over the other. Parasite the Maxim, which, yes, did start in 2015, but it concluded its entire series this year, so to speak. And My Hero Academia. Both those shows easily stand the test of time and are going to go down as some of the greatest animes out there. As far as animes coming up next year that we're looking forward to, well, we have Attack on Titan Season 2, My Hero Academia Season 2, the new Steins Gate Zero coming out. There's a lot, and we couldn't be happier about that. Chain Chronicles looks really good. But before we go on to games, last anime category, Best Anime Movie of the Year. Dai's pick was Psycho-Pass the movie. My pick would have been that if I hadn't seen a movie just a few weeks back called Psychic School Wars. Both these movies are excellent and are worth a watch. However, I should mention, as far as Psycho-Pass the movie, if you haven't seen Seasons 1 and 2, don't watch the movie. It takes place immediately after Season 2 and you would be lost. Now, moving on to the video game territory. So, best graphics of the year, we easily give to Final Fantasy 15. That game looks amazing as far as graphically speaking. Best soundtrack of the year, honestly, gonna have to give it to Mega Dimension Neptunia. That game's soundtrack was really well handled and really good, with a mixture of returning songs and a handful of really kick-ass new tunes as well. Best RPG of the year, Mansory Goku's pick was Final Fantasy 15. My pick, well, I should say me and Diex's pick, is Mega Dimension Neptunia. I know it's probably going to piss some people off that I didn't pick Final Fantasy 15. I did play through it with Mansory Goku, and I did thoroughly enjoy it. However, Mega Dimension left more of a lasting impact on me. Anyways, best indie game of the year. We know this might start some controversy, but all of us agreed unanimously Mighty No. 9 is the best indie developed game of this year. Now, best shooter of the year. We didn't do this one last year, but this year we were able to, and we all agree, hands down, goes to Doom. Definitely one of the best shooters in recent years. Next on our list, Best HD Remaster. Now, this means a remaster, not a remake. So, for example, Odin Sphere cannot compete in this category because it's a remake, not an HD up-res remaster or anything like that. And honestly, we've had a handful. We've had Resident Evils 4 through 6, Resident Evil 0, the Dead Rising Triple Pack, Shadow Complex Remastered, Last Blade 2, Guru Mark of the Wolves, Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Ultimate, but overall, gonna have to give it to Resident Evil 0 HD Remastered. It felt like it actually had the most improvement in graphics compared to its original launch. A lot of the other ones, since they were from the last-gen consoles, didn't really feel like they jumped all that much. And now, Best Fighting Game of the Year. This one is a little awkward to do. So, we've had a plethora of fighting games this year. From Street Fighter V, to King of Fighters 14, to The Last Blade 2 HD Remaster, Guru Mark of the Wolves HD Remaster, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Remastered, Guilty Gear Xrd Revelator, and BlazBlue Central Fiction. I'm aware I'm leaving out certain games such as Killer Instinct Season 3 and Chaos Code New Sign of Catastrophe, which just launched in Japan, but I'm limited to the games that I've played. And again, if we haven't played the game, then we can't really mark it on here. So, honestly, I'm gonna have to give it to Street Fighter V. I know that might surprise a lot of people, but it's the fighting game I kept coming back to throughout this entire year, and still continue to play. And with the new season pass on the horizon, with Akuma just coming out, it looks promising for what could happen. And BlazBlue Central Fiction would have taken the award if they hadn't, fucked up with the English dub drop. Which brings us to our next category, Stupidest Gaming Moment of the Year. And there were a lot of them, but let's just cut straight to the point. Axis Games dropping the dubs for both Guilty Gear Revelator and BlazBlue Central Fiction. I don't understand why to this day. Anyway, with no word on a release for a dub for either game in the future, yeah, this still has to be the stupidest moment of this year. And now, worst game of the year. Easily the biggest waste of money and game that you could have played this year would have to go to Umbrella Corps. You don't believe me? Well, at the time of this video, it's on sale right now on PSN. I dare you to go pick it up and play it. No, I'm fucking with you. Don't do that. Seriously, you will regret it. And now, finally, at long last, our picks for Game of the Year 2016. DieX's pick is Deus Ex Mankind Divided. Mansuragoku's pick is Final Fantasy 15. And my pick, well, I guess I could give a couple of honorable mentions, such as Batman the Telltale series. That game is honestly really fucking good, and really deserves more notoriety. I hope it comes back with a Season 2. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 is another runner-up. This game enhanced everything over the first one. But my overall pick for Game of the Year is Odin Sphere Leikprisir. I think that's how you pronounce it. In any event, that game had everything I was looking for, from best story, great graphics, and a remake that honestly could stand the test of time. In fact, I think it's something all remakes should aspire to be like. It even comes with a copy of the original game from 9 years back, which more remakes should do. That way, if you're a fan of the original over the remake, you're good. Anyways, these opinions are merely subjective, and if your favorite game didn't make the list, then we do apologize. But again, maybe it's a game we didn't exactly get a chance to play. Or, who knows? These are just the games that stuck out in our minds this year. Please leave a comment below and let us know your top picks for games, soundtracks, and movies of the year. As far as the future, well, next year's the 30th anniversary of Street Fighter, Final Fantasy, pretty sure Mega Man as well. In short, the future actually looks bright, especially with Street Fighter and Final Fantasy rumored to be getting huge announcements to celebrate. We also have Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, which looks awesome. And on the RPG side, we have Persona 5, Tales of Berseria. It looks really good. Not to mention, Danganronpa's coming out next year, Resident Evil 7, Injustice 2. The list goes on and on of upcoming games that we're hyped for. I could sit here all day talking about every game that we're each excited for, but I think that'll about cover it. Needless to say, this was an okay year for gaming. 2015 I felt was honestly better for the gaming industry than this year, but who knows what next year will bring. In any event, guys, I'm Elvis X from the Empire X Gaming community. Please leave a comment below and let us know not only your picks for best of the year, but also what games you're most excited for next year. And hope you all have a happy new year, and I'll see you next time in 2017. Until then.